I am Alvin Bragg, Manhattan District Attorney, and I'm so happy to be here with two great young leaders who do work with the Police Athletic League. Jacob, who spends a lot of time in Manhattan, but is from the Bronx, and Eliza, who's from Central Harlem. They're doing great work with PAL, and it's so great talking with them today. Well, I know y'all are both doing a lot with the Police Athletic League, and we're really excited about that, and really fortunate to spend some time with you here announcing our anti-gun violence grants. And so I wanted to hear something about work you do at the PLL. You were just about to tell me about a podcast, I think. Tell me about the podcast.
All right, so basically in our podcast, we had both boys and girls, and we were just basically sharing our experience on like our everyday life and what our thoughts were on gun violence. And it was very interesting, I can say. As a girl, my first going into the podcast, I wasn't thinking of anything that was coming from the boys' perspective. Us girls, it's different to hear when it's coming out of another male's mouth. But I just found it really interesting. It was overall great. You, Jacob?
I would say through the podcast, I learned through the situations that we're all in, not only from Harlem, but also from the Bronx. So everybody has a different story that they've been through, that they went through. They can be affected in many different ways. They can be directly from it or just surroundings. What I've learned from the podcast is that anything can happen, but we can prevent that through, say, we have Police Athletic League,
we have each other,
Children's Aid, we have each other.
I love the concept of you have each other, because obviously we are grateful for the teachers, the coaches, the mentors. We're also grateful for each of you, and peer leadership is so significant. So what, either from the podcast or something else, if you were to share with someone not at PL, not on the podcast with you, something about positive energy, positive effect combating gun violence, what would you share with one of your peers?
Something that I've learned that I actually want to teach onto the oncoming students is that don't be afraid to say no, and always be like on the lookout to find your own voice. Because at the end of the day, you want to stay safe, you want to stay protected. And I feel like our goal is to inspire these children to want to do better, be better, and just ultimately try, So I'd say that's one thing I learned.
I love that concept. You said children, and most people will look at you and say, oh, children, you are children.
I am.
But the concept, right, of that you're seniors, about to be seniors in high school, to someone in ninth grade, like y'all are old.
Yeah.
Right?
I remember being in ninth grade.
Right? And so that peer leadership for people who are your exact same age, but then also we can all be mentors.
Yeah.
So I appreciate y'all being here today. Great spend time. Keep on doing great work.
Thank you.
Thank you.